Multiple warnings are raised against the consequences of poverty in Yemen. The war in the country is the only reason for the rising poverty level all over Yemen. International organizations are invited to assume their role in supporting Yemenis to overcome this ghost. This report has more details.
Yemen has become increasingly war-torn since 2014, and as a result, poverty in Yemen has significantly increased. The World Bank reports that more than 40% of households lost their main source of income, placing people under the poverty line, and the country is struggling to lift its people out of impoverished conditions. Poverty in Yemen holds one of the highest rates in the Arab world. Half of the population lives on less than $2 per day. Yemen's population stands at 25.4 million, and approximately 54% of those people live in poverty. A lack of jobs, even among graduates, has forced young adults to the streets, leading to even more widespread poverty in Yemen. A report done by the UNDP found that the instability in Yemen has had disastrous effects on Yemenis. It reports that 11.7 million individuals have become impoverished as a result of the war. In addition, 4.9 million are malnourished. Of this number, 600,000 are children under the age of 5. The report also found that the war reduced economic growth in Yemen by $88.8 billion. In addition, the Yemeni rial lost almost 75% of its value in the past years. This resulted in Yemen's status as the world's second least country in terms of income. Most of the population in Yemen doesn't have access to clean water and proper sanitation. 10 million people, nearly half of the population, go without enough food to eat. Child malnutrition rates are the highest in the world. Half of the children under the age of 5 are stunted. The UN estimates that approximately 80% of Yemenis are vulnerable to hunger. About 14.3 million are in need of medical assistance to combat malnutrition, along with other issues like starvation, cholera, and measles. Poverty in Yemen is frightening. Yemen demonstrates extremely poor standards of life expectancy, education, and overall living. This poverty crisis is related to the violence and chronic hunger in Yemen caused by the conflict. Yemen will continue to stay on track to become the world's most impoverished country by 2022 if the conflict does not end.